Alright, so we have left for Goa and we are going on road, and it's 6:15 right now. We left Pune about 30 minutes back. We are on the highway and sun is about to rise. So pretty sure it's going to be a beautiful road trip.
We went to Goa on 1st of December on a short budget trip, and roads were absolutely lovely. And we coincidentally went to the time of India Bike Week, so you'll see some bikers who are also coming with us just on bikes to Goa.
So that's the thing, when you get out of Pune, no matter from which direction you get out of, you directly go into the mountains. So it's completely surrounded by mountains, and that's one of the things I love, and that's what makes road trips around Pune very beautiful.
And then we witnessed the sunrise. Had a little break on the road and then continued. The road started getting narrower, but the views started getting bigger. And people usually talk about mountains versus beaches. Well, that's the thing. If you are going from Pune to Goa, in order to reach to the beach, you're gonna have to go through the mountains. We finally arrived. This is Resort Bomb Primo Terra Verde or something. I'm going to link it in the description. It's a budget friendly resort, and if you book it early you can get it super cheap. That was our cabin right by the lake, the cottage, and this is the room from inside. It wasn't anything special. It's what you would expect from a budget resort or hotel, but it was a comfortable, cozy room. And then we visited the famous Coconut Tree Road. Although this doesn't look as beautiful as it does on this video. For example,
It's not like you are alone, you can just stand in the middle of the road and take your photo, because there are so many people and also a lot of traffic passing by. This is one spot that doesn't look as beautiful as it does on Instagram.
we went to Ashwem Beach, which is in the north of Goa, on our first day to witness the first sunset on the beach. Sunrise in the mountains, sunset on the beach. Pretty much of a perfect day. There were a few people around, but overall it was really peaceful. And then came the next day.
Today we are going to go to central Goa and visit some colorful places, as you can see, and we are also going to cover some great cafes and restaurants. So it's going to be an eventful day. Let's start.
We went through Panjim to reach to central Goa on the east side, and we reached Fountain House, which is an area or locality that is filled with colorful houses or cafes and restaurants. A must visit place if you are looking for good background or backdrops in your photos. We visited this cute little ice cream place. It had really good ice cream, a bit on the expensive side, but it was worth it. And then we went through the beautiful coastal roads of Goa. And we reached a basilisk and a church. These two sites are very famous. In fact, Basilisk is one of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, but because of Thanksgiving you can see a lot of arrangements and crowd there. And after that we went to Harlem Waterfall. This waterfall is on the central east side of Goa. The water was coming with great force, and also, as you can see, it has very good depth as well. There was a temple right beside the waterfall, and it looked very old but still very pretty. And then again through coastal roads we were feeling hungry, so we decided to make a stop at a restaurant called Treza Beach House. This is a great place if you're looking for a very calm beach and just have a good lunch or dinner. The prices were obviously a little bit expensive, as you could have guessed from the place, but it was worth it. And you can see only some fishermen are here.
So we just had our lunch and now we are going to go to Reese Magos Fort, and then we're gonna go to a beach called Osran Beach.
Little did I know that this Osran Beach was same as Vegetar Beach, where IBW was being hosted, so it was super crowded.
I don't know how that beach is going to be, so it's going to be exciting. Let's check it out.
And this is the Reese Magos Fort.
We are climbing the fort and look at the sea there. Beautiful view. Although we came here just in time. We reached at 4:55 and the gate closes at 5.
This was a fort built in Portuguese time in Goa, and it's a small but beautiful fort with great views from 3 sides of the fort, like this one. Whew, what a beautiful place to see the sunset, right? And then we can also see the bridge that we crossed earlier in the morning, and you can see some casinos on the water. This was the solitary confinement cell of that fort. Well, this jail cell definitely had better views than my room. And then it was time for us to go to Vegetar Beach, where IBW was hosted. We didn't go inside the event, but we did pass through the venue, so you can see it is super crowded. And there was just a lot of traffic, and also Vegetar Beach is generally filled with bars and places where people come to just party, and this just added a lot to that already busy beach. So it wasn't a great beach visit per se, and also we arrived quite late. We missed the sunset because of the traffic, but here we are finally. And then we visited Talasa, which is a very famous bar / restaurant if you have been to Goa. Yes, it was crowded as you would expect from any club, and there were some weird acts going on like this one, but this is nothing compared to the next one. Look at this laid off Power Ranger. But this was a good one. And then the next day we decided to go to South Goa. On the left hand side you can see the sun rising, peeking from the trees. The roads were beautiful, filled with fog, and we left very early in the morning.
We are going to the Butterfly Beach. We have been off-roading for quite a while now. Let's look at the road, and even on the right side you can see a signboard saying way to Butterfly Beach. Let's hope it is worth it.
The hike to the beach was absolutely gorgeous. There were some open fields like this, and there were also some dense jungle type of area like this one. Beach itself was beautiful. It was a C-shaped beach between 2 different mountains, but we thought that we would be one of the few ones on the beach, but we were wrong, because there is also a boat service coming from Palolem Beach, which is very famous in South Goa. so they drop people here, and that's why it can get crowded. So if you go in very early in the morning, then that's the best time to visit this beach. There were so many rocks where you can just stand on and take good photographs, and also these little friends on those rocks, so we had to be a little careful. Then next we went to Agona Beach, which is just north of Palolem Beach, but little less crowded than that. It was a great beach, and we went during the afternoon, so it was almost empty. So we just sat around and enjoyed our food. And this is the Cape of Goa. It's like a plateau at the very top where you can see this perfect view of the beach. After that, we went to extreme south of Goa. Now this was so much in south that it was almost in Karnataka. This beach is known as Galbaga Beach, and it was a very different beach, because in Goa most of the time you'll see coconut trees, but this one had palm trees.
This is the Galbaga Beach. There you see that's the ocean, and there are some birds. There is another water body there as well, which looks like still water. So it's like a land carved out between two water bodies. It looks like a great beach.
I went into the sea this time and just spent a beautiful evening until the sunset. The sunset was also really good, because this shot almost looks like a fireball going into the ocean. And then the next day, which was our last day, we stopped by on the road to have some pakoda, and after some coastal roads we reached a beach called Kerry Beach, which is on the extreme north of Goa. This was almost in Maharashtra, you could say. There was nothing after this in Goa.
This is the Kerry Beach. There are literally no people here, and it's a beautiful place. So I would definitely recommend if you are visiting north of North Goa.
Here is me contemplating that I have to go back to my city life, leaving all this behind. Well, just too sad. And this was the last bridge that you cross while leaving Goa and going towards Maharashtra. While coming back, we took a different route, and this was a more beautiful route than the one that we came from. It was a bumpy ride. We went through this mountain pass which was known as Anuskara Ghat, and the views were simply amazing. It looked like from Goa we have reached to a completely different place. I mean, look at this, the height of it, and that's where we started, the road that you can see leading up all the way to the water body. And still the road just keeps going up and up. And this was the final sunset that we witnessed on the trip. So I'm back in Pune and not in Goa anymore, which sucks, but there's just something about Goa. I mean, the vibes are just awesome. I'm pretty sure if you're living in India, you have visited Goa at least once. So let's talk about it. What are the things that you love and don't love about Goa in the comment section below? Also, as I said, this was a budget trip. I basically did a road trip from Pune to Goa in my car and roamed around in Goa in the car. Another options that many people do are going by the train or by flight and then roaming around in Goa in two-wheelers, which is also great. I've done that as well. I mean, there are pros and cons of both. In two-wheeler, you just get to skip the traffic most of the time. But in four-wheeler, you get the comfort of beating the Goa heat that's always there from around 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. But either way, Goa is just awesome. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. See you guys next time.